Welcome to Sports Court. I'm Tamara Holder. Following last week's deaths of two African-American men at the hands of police officers and then the targeted killing of Dallas police officers, it seems like everyone has publicly shared their opinion on race relations in America. We talked about this last week, but the dust has hardly settled. Cleveland Browns running back Isaiah Crowell posted an image of a cop getting his throat slit. And WNBA Lynx and Liberty players recently wore Black Lives Matter T-shirts before their games. Joining me to discuss this is Joe Pascal, founder of the Hudson and Union Society. Welcome.
Thank you, Tamara. It's great to be here with one of the leading sportscasters.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So the first thing is that everybody has an opinion, whether they're right or they're wrong. But where is the fine line of what's appropriate and inappropriate?
I don't think there is any fine line. We need to get rid of the PR police out there. We don't want, this is not George Orwell's 1984 anymore. What we need Kobe Bryant. We need a lot of these figures that have said stuff already actually to speak louder. They have a large megaphone. They have a specific narrative that they've experienced in their life, which might be racism, might be something so different from what we've experienced, and they have every right to say it. The question is, where is appropriate to say it? Is it on the basketball court? No. Is it at the Cleveland Browns at the stadium? No. When they put on the uniform, they have a responsibility to the team. However,
but in Crowell's defense,
correct.
And I think what he said is or posted is actually absolutely deplorable. But then, in his defense, he wasn't wearing a uniform at the time that he posted this. He didn't wear a T-shirt before the game. This is something that he did on social media, again, not defending it, but on his own time. I actually want to bring up what the Browns said because they posted a comment about this. And they said, "We have spoken to Isaiah regarding his extremely disturbing and unacceptable social media decision. It was completely inappropriate, and we have made him aware of our high level of disappointment. Isaiah has apologized, but also knows that just an apology is insufficient and that he must take steps to make a positive difference after a very negative and impactful post." And since then, he's actually donated one of his game checks to the Dallas Police Fallen Officers Fund. Is that enough?
I take the opposite view. He has every right to say, I disagree with what he said, but he has every right to say it. I want to see an image of these people outside the field. I don't want to see this cookie-cutter, one-dimensional image. I want to see the rage. I want to see where they come from. I want to see another side of them. And a lot of times, that might be ugly. It might not be clean, but it's very interesting for the public to get to know these figures. And if he wants to say some stuff that's ridiculous or foolish, that's his responsibility.
And those are his, the backlash and whatever that comes with it, good or bad, is on him. And so you're saying basically that the Browns should have stayed out of it.
The Cleveland Browns do not own these individual players. When they're on the field, their employment is with the Cleveland Browns. When they're off the field, they could do whatever they want and they could say whatever they want. Again, PR police is a thing of the past. And if we become a society of PR police, it becomes sterile, boring. I want to hear, you want to hear these interesting stories, no matter how controversial. I want to get a taste of what these individuals are really like and stuff. And maybe he has some interesting stuff to say. Obviously, what he posted was terrible.
Right. Now, I want to move on to the WNBA because it appears that the WNBA as a whole gave the teams the permission to wear T-shirts, the Black Lives Matter T-shirts. Again, whether you approve of that or not, the police at the Lynx game actually they walked out. What do you think of the police walking out? And in fact, with the Browns, the police said that they weren't going to cover the games because of what Crowell did.
It's simply unacceptable. The Secret Service has no choice. If they disagree with Donald Trump, their political calculation cannot enter the equation. They cannot just not show up for work and protect a possible future president or presidential candidate. They have a responsibility, as the police do. They are there for a job, and there is no ifs, ands, or buts. They cannot agree with every opinion. It's like you enter the military. No politics enter. I can, if I'm a soldier serving or if I'm a police officer serving, whoever I'm actually serving at the time does not necessarily mean I have to agree with their opinion. I'm forced with my employment, and I accept that when I join the police force or whatever. So it's their responsibility to protect the players and the audience in the stadium.
What do you think of the sponsors? Because the sponsors now, the Mayo Clinic is a sponsor of one of the WNBA teams. Do you think that the WNBA should be concerned that sponsors are going to pull out because they do not appreciate or do not like what the players are saying?
I completely disagree. I think that there will always be other sponsors. What they're interested in at the end of the day is eyeballs. When, again, it's run by the PR police and it just becomes sterile, nobody could speak, and you're getting just cardboard images of these players, then that hurts sponsorship. But when a Kanye West or a Kobe Bryant wears a T-shirt that says, "I can't breathe," we're in New York, in Fox News Channel studios here, where Eric Gardner, not too far away from here, a couple of blocks, died in a chokehold accidentally by the police. Kobe Bryant felt passionate about that. If he wants to wear a shirt like that, he has every right. And I actually think it helps out sponsorship in many ways because people want to see what these athletes are in real life.
Well, I appreciate your opinion, and we'll see, because I don't think that this issue is going away anytime soon. So thank you so much.
Anytime.
And thank you all for watching. Sports Court is adjourned.